What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spot Show Podcast, an independent wrestling podcast with a few pit stops along the way. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Jim Mint 10 Dickie Wabash, and I am joined, as always, by the one-legged wonder, Michael Madrox.
Yeah, buddy.
I started laughing because I saw your display name here on the video, which for those of you that are on the $10 tier, you'll get to see what his name is. It's very funny.
Very funny. Change it up for the occasion, brother.
Yeah. So we are recording this on my birthday.
Happy birthday, Dickie.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're 10 years away from the nursing home. That's what you are.
I'm 34. So yeah, I'm starting to get up there, brother. I'm not grizzled yet. I'm just getting seasoned. You know what I mean?
A good cast iron skillet.
Yeah, that's the way that I'm aging like a cast iron, brother. No, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. It just feels like a normal day to me now. Like, I mean,
that's what every birthday feels like to me. I don't see the specialness of it.
I've always been a birthday guy. Like, I've always gone above and beyond to do things for people on their birthday.
Cough, cough, tattoo.
Okay. That was your fault because you decided to move and needed the money for the move. So I don't want to hear it. No, man. I don't know. Not that, I don't know. I think that once you hit 30, everyone, I'm going to tell you something that Bo Sawyer taught me, because I was with Bo Sawyer on his 30th birthday, and he told me, he said, Dickie, he said, I'm not too upset about it being my 30th birthday. He said, I'm going to tell you the one that's really going to get to me, and that's my 31st birthday, because then I'm officially in my 30s. And I was like, oh. And he told me this when I was 21, 22. So I was like, I've got 10 years of just sitting back, like just waiting for what that feeling's going to be.
How did it feel when it happened?
Not great. Not great. I tried to have like a good 30th birthday, but the problem was it happened during COVID. So yeah. I wasn't able to do anything for my 30th. The only thing that I did was I did go, I went cue ball. I shaved my head completely bald, not buzz, completely shaved.
You should do it again.
I'm thinking about doing it, actually. I was actually going to throw it to the listeners if they think that I should shave my head, because I'm thinking of doing it.
I'm probably shaving tonight, sir.
Oh, completely bald?
Yeah.
I mean, because, you always rock the buzz cut. You always leave a little bit. You
just
always
a little bit.
But you're going like stone cold levels.
I might.
My problem is, though, when I went bald, I don't have a good bald head. Like, I was just talking to some guys about this. Like, my brother wears a cue ball look, and he has a good bald head. Mike Wabash has a very good bald head. Tiger, Papa Wabash, he's still holding on to his, but like, my hairline is just gone at this point, brother. It's gone. So it's just like, embrace it, dude. Like, just embrace it. I'm finally going to do it. Fuck it. I'm going to embrace it. You know what I mean?
Those bald man razors.
It's funny you say that, because back to my brother, he has told me that's what you should do. So again, everyone, this is, of course, the Spot Show Podcast. Each and every week, Michael Madrox and I get together and talk about the wacky world of independent professional wrestling and everything in between. If you like what we're doing here and you want to help keep the microphones on and the envelopes full, you can go on over to patreon.com/MadBash Studios, back us at the $5 or above tier, and you're going to get this show and everything else that we do early and ad-free, but you're also going to get exclusive content depending on the tier. More details over on the Patreon about what exactly each tier gets you. And we have a very special announcement to make. It has been posted on the Facebook page, but we're going to say it here too. For the next week of this recording, so until Tuesday, because this comes out to the public on Thursday, if you are not a member of the Patreon, you can use the code Dickie34 all one word, Dickie34, and you will get 34% off your first month joining the Patreon over there. That includes the $5 and $10 tier.
That's something to celebrate right there.
That's something to celebrate right there, man. I mean, and the higher up you go on the tier, the more money that you're saving. Because essentially, if you sign up on the $10 tier, like I don't remember how much you're saving. It's something like, I think it's like $3. Like you're only getting the $10 tier for like $7. Like that's only $2 more than the $5 tier at that point. And
for that $2, you get hundreds of hours of more content.
That's what I'm saying. Like we are nearing hundreds of hours of content. We might be. I keep saying nearing. We gotta be over.
We're way past that, dude.
We're over hundreds of hours of content over there on the Patreon. But that is not the only way that you can support us. Of course, MadBashStudios.com. You'll find links to all of our social medias, all of our podcasting platforms. Go give us likes, reviews, all of that. We have got some plug skis and upcoming events for you right now. Let's start with the plug skis. This Friday, over on the Patreon, you are going to get early access to episode 2 of MadBash Wrestling Red Line. That is going to be early access available over on the Patreon for 2 weeks, and then it will be then posted on YouTube, but get early access for that. Shout out to Jeremy Hamilton, the Padre of Pandemonium. He did commentary with me on that one. It's a very good episode. Jeremy's first time doing commentary, and he didn't do bad. He really didn't. Yeah, he didn't really do bad, man.
In for me.
Yeah, he really did. He really did. I mean, I'll just be blunt. I put it to him like this: you weren't good, but you weren't bad. You can improve, but even anybody can improve. I mean, that's just
we weren't good our first time.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Well, speak for yourself, brother. Anyway, of course, May 24th, you can see us at the Sewer Layer parking lot sale in Terre Haute, Indiana. For more information, look up Sewer Layer Toys on Facebook. And then, of course, the big one, May 31st, the Danville double feature. MadBash Wrestling presents the Blue Album, and NVW is going to be presenting Proving Ground. That is going to be the Danville double feature, 2 shows for the price of 1. You are not going to want to miss that. The main event for that show, Jason Levi versus Colby Jack in a no disqualification match for the MadBash Wrestling Championship. And I got to tell you, I have seen Jason Levi do some crazy things when he's under those, I was going to say rules, but there are no rules. I mean, that,
this is Jason Levi's playground.
This essentially, and I mean, but who knows? Colby could awaken something inside of him that could step up to Levi. Someone needs to shut Levi up. He's been walking around. He's been walking around with that MadBash title, and he's claiming that he's the champion. Brother, no, you're not. If you want to be the champion, you're going to have to beat Colby Jack May 31st, the Blue Album, Danville double feature.
Speaking of MadBash championships, some people walking around with them.
Yeah.
You see the video Zach Abstract
keeps
throwing out there,
God.
Man?
Let's shout out the Baja Open Invitational World Champion, Zach Abstract. World, man. We officially, the Baja Open Invitational Championship is a world championship. That is very cool to have a world title under our brand. Shout out to Zach Abstract for making that happen. He defended it in Japan. So we have a world title, brother. And, whenever we first started MadBash Wrestling, I had a checklist of things, and a world title was one of them. So it's really cool to cross that off the list.
We need to get Colby over to Japan.
Oh, Kobe beef.
He'd go over good there.
He'd probably be Kobe Jack. Terrible joke. Joke.
Riviera Steakhouse would love him.
Dude, Colby Jack in a Riviera Steakhouse jacket. That's what I want to see.
Yes.
That's what I want to see. Dude, I just want to go to Japan to go to the 7-Elevens. Like that's like, I haven't talked to Abstract since he's been over to Japan, but like I can't wait to get to talk to them and be like, so how many times did you go to 7-Eleven? Was it everything that TikTok is telling me that it was? Yeah. And of course, this episode is brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling and Venom Energy.
Can I do a couple shout outs real quick to friends of the station?
Friends of the station?
Yes.
Friends of the show?
Friends of the station, because we're a whole fucking network now.
Who we shouting out?
Brian Foster, man.
Okay.
His movie Marijuambies just debuted on Amazon Prime.
Oh, good for him. Cool. That's awesome.
That's a local filmmaker here from Indiana. So kudos to him doing that.
Hell yeah.
And then our friends over at AXE just released The Gods of Evil Rise.
Oh, good for them, man. I was wondering when they were going to be releasing new music.
Completely produced by the legendary Mikey Clark.
Ah, hell yeah, brother. We've talked about it. We're out of the closet now. We are juggalos. So
I mean, I don't understand like why they would want Kid Rock's producer to produce an underground rap album, but hey.
There you go, brother. Love it. Yeah, shout out to the brothers. You love to see the good brothers out there making content and making things happen. Shout out to everyone that you just gave a shout out to. You have MadBash's support. Good on you guys.
Yep. It's great to see other people come up.
It really is. It really is. But Madrox, let's get the dirtiness out of the way. I don't want to call it dirtiness though, because I mean,
let's get the emotions out of the way.
This is a celebration, and I don't want to think it that way. This week we were hit with a very unexpected passing in the world of professional wrestling. The homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying maniac Sabu. That one took me for a loop.
Got it for the one time.
You got it, for those, we're doing the point up there, see us on video, they're doing it. Yeah, man, I was driving home. I got a phone call from Clayton Clark. He was the one that broke the news to me. And then as I'm on the phone with Clayton, you text me, and then I got the phone with Clayton and I called Dalton and told him, what a fucking loss.
Yep.
The thing that I think sucks, and I'm not going to make this a soapbox moment because that's not what this is. This is about, let's pay tribute to someone that absolutely deserves their tribute. I think the thing that breaks my heart the most about this is that now people are realizing what Sabu really meant to professional wrestling. He was a trailblazer. And like, for the people that watched him, like, we knew that. And now people are, and look, I'm not trying to like shame anyone for, grieve how you want to grieve and like mourn how you want to mourn. But it's like, the people that are just now getting eyes on him because of the untimely passing, they're seeing how much of a trailblazer that he truly was.
How much he gave to the industry.
He gave his body to the industry. He really did. So let's do this, man.
He gave his life for the industry, man. I mean, his last match and then a couple of weeks later, gone.
That's the part that's fucked up to me the most, I think.
Yep.
It's so weird. So let's do this, man. I'm going to start with you. When is the first time that you ever saw Sabu?
ECW television back in like 95 or 96. Came on at like 3 o'clock in the morning on the old, like, Channel 3 here locally.
It was a little bit later for me. I've talked about it. I remember getting the ECW pay-per-view. It was the first time I ever saw ECW. It was November to Remember 97. And Sandman versus Sabu in the tables and ladders match, which to this day, unironically, because look, I know that I make the, Sandman, for those of you, like, you see, I have a graded Sandman card and a Sandman autograph behind me. And it kind of became a bit of like, oh, Sandman, no, like, Sandman is my favorite wrestler, but whatever. But like, no irony, no nothing. That match is one of my favorite wrestling matches of all time. It's just, it's the perfect, I think it's the perfect embodiment of not only just Sandman, but Sabu and the innovative stuff that Sabu would do. I mean, he was doing things that nobody else was doing. And like,
nobody in America saw anything like Sabu.
Sabu is the one that really bridged the gap between like what Japanese wrestling was at the time.
Japanese and luchador.
And there was a lot of lucha in there as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, back to my point. The first time I saw him was 97. I saw that pay-per-view. And then I was never really following ECW because I didn't know how to. I mean, you have to remember that like this is before the internet and before I was like big on the internet. So I didn't know how to find ECW. I knew ECW existed. And then around 2001, I stopped watching wrestling. Around 2000, 2001, I kind of fizzled out. I got back in 02. And then I was reintroduced to ECW with the Rise and Fall of ECW DVD. And then at that point, I was enamored with the guy like Dreamer, Sabu, Sandman, stuff like that. And then I remember the DVD collections that they would come out with and Sabu matches being on there and just watching them nonstop.
Mm-hmm. So you got big in the Sabu and the TNA run, didn't you?
Yeah, I was huge on Sabu and his TNA run. Like the Barbed Wire Massacre match with Abyss is so good.
Best of the Bloodiest Brawls, Volume 1. Every other match with Sabu in it.
Like, oh my God, there were a couple Sabu matches on there. Yeah, there were a couple.
Sabu, Raven, and Abyss made that whole DVD.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how I even knew that Sabu was in TNA was I right around the time that I was first starting to get into TNA, I found a DVD of Bound for Glory 05. Yes, it was 05 because 06 is whenever Kurt Angle debuted. And on that card was Monsters Ball 2. It was Abyss, Jeff Hardy, Rhino, and Sabu. And that is another really good match. And, growing up, I was a big mark for that hardcore style of wrestling. And that's really when a lot of my fandom of ECW started, was like after the fact. But like, I got to tell you, the matches that I would watch over and over again, that Barbed Wire Massacre match with Abyss, of course, the barbed wire match with that no good Terry Funk.
Such a classic.
America had never seen anything like that.
No.
America had never seen, and when that was 97 when that took place. Was that 96, 97, I think?
96, I believe.
I think it was 96. It was 7, actually. I'm going to actually Google that real quick. It was one of those years. But yeah, that was...
And for those of you listening, like, think about it. We're talking about 95, 96, 97. And then Sabu in 2008, 2009 is having classics with John Cena on Monday Night Raw for no reason.
Yeah. And we're going to get into that run here in just a second. So it was August 9th, 1997. And then it aired on ECW Hardcore TV August 25th and 22. So I wonder if that's on network. Because I was trying to find that match. I have it on DVD, but I wanted to, come on, brother. This is the streaming era. You know what I mean? I'm not putting in a physical DVD. Are you kidding me?
You're gonna have to, man. All the digital's going away off the network.
Yeah. So yeah, you want to talk about when I think a lot of people really realized, oh fuck, that's what this guy is that springboard leg drop to John Cena through the announce table on Monday Night Raw. When had you ever seen anything like that on WWE television?
Never.
I mean, granted, you had seen Mick Foley thrown off the Hell in a Cell, yes, but something that athletic where he did the triple jump leg drop.
Not even that athletic, because he almost botched it and missed the rope, and he still saved it and balanced himself for like a good 10 seconds before launching himself again.
But you know what, though? I want to come out and say something. He said in an interview years ago that all those botches that he did on purpose, I think he's telling the truth, because Harker Dirge, and because he knew Sabu, he worked with Sabu, and he told a couple Sabu stories on his podcast that he was on with us, which was at this point like almost 2 years ago. But yeah, he was talking about how he thinks that that's what Sabu was doing, because if you think about it, I never saw Sabu land unsafely. He was always safe when he landed off those botches. So I think he knew what he was doing.
The only time I've seen Sabu unsafe is when they set the ring on fire.
Yeah, that's another one that like you kind of, because you got to think about this, like unless you were big into tape trading, you didn't see this shit until way later.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure we're talking about this and people still have no idea what we're even talking about.
that infamous, who was it? It was Sheik, Sabu, and it was Funk and Onita, right?
Was
I
it
think
Funk? I
it
don't think
was.
Funk was in it.
I know it was Onita, but anyway, point being, in Japan, they were doing all this shit like before they were doing it here in the States, and they were setting the ropes on fire and stuff, and they
Sheets
all,
wrapped in kerosene.
yes, and they almost died. And it's like, death match, whatever. You talk about those old King of the Death matches, which I know how I saw them for the first time. How did you see them for the first time, Michael Madrox? Because I think it's the same.
Stranglemania, baby.
Stranglemania, where it's a drunk Terry Flunk and Cactus Sack, and it's like, we promise not to bootleg your shit anymore. But yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. It was Onita and Tarzan Goto versus the Sheik and Sabu in the flaming table, or the flaming ring match. That was in, God, when was that? It doesn't say the year, but that had to be 95, 96 probably. But yeah, man, like that's the shit that Sabu was doing. And then he brought that style over to America and to a whole new audience. And it's like, I think that if you look at the Mount Rushmore of ECW, how do you not put Sabu on there?
He's got to be. Sabu, Sandman, Raven, and Dreamer. That's my Rushmore of ECW.
I would say Sabu, Raven. That's a tough one because I feel like Paulie should be on there. And
you
then
can't count Paulie as Mount Rushmore. He's the sun shining down from the sky.
You got to put Rob Van Dam though. Like,
I can't put RVD on there, man.
Yeah, I think
he wasn't around for the start.
I think that if we build our ECW Mount Rushmore, it's Sabu, Sandman, Raven, Dreamer, because it's like, how do you not? And like, you just being obsessed with him is like, we're talking 06, 07 when I was like really starting to get into the fandom of it or whatever. And just like that Bloodsport DVD, the ECW Bloodsport DVD, like watching his matches on there, watching the Best of the Bloodiest Brawls, TNA. What was some of the other ones?
Hardcore
Homecoming. Yeah. And like that barbed wire match with him, Douglas, and Funk. But let's not even we're just focusing on the hardcore stuff, dude. Like, what about the night the line was crossed?
Yeah.
I mean, that was just
get technical as hell. Look at his work with Taz.
His feud with Taz, man. Like
his feud with Van Dam.
It was just that one of the most, his Van Dam stuff was wonderful. And Fonzie managing both of them was just so good, man. And like, let's go back to Taz though. Like, the image is ingrained in my head of Taz in the ECW ring. Lights go down, lights come back up. Taz is standing there with his arms crossed, and Sabu standing there pointing up, doing his taunt. And it's like, oh my God, these two are going to rip each other apart.
Is one of my most iconic ECW moments to me.
How could it not be one of your most iconic ECW moments, man? I mean, that's one that is ingrained in my mind. And that's like the perfect Sabu. It's the perfect Sabu, and then you go to his time in WWE, where I've been very vocal about this. I was one of the idiots that believed that ECW was actually going to be something. So when he's going into a match against John Cena, I'm like, okay, okay, it went 7 minutes, but it was still so cool. You know, Sabu versus Big Show on SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just this ECW brand that I love so much. I was still holding on to the hopes of it, and I was still holding on to the hopes of like, yeah, Sabu's gonna make it, man. Sabu is finally gonna fucking make it. And then when he goes to TNA, he had a very solid run there. But yeah, man, I mean, it just
That's not even covering his JCW run.
no, it's not even covering any. Like we are barely scratching the surface of the shit that Sabu has done.
Yes.
Like that's why we can sit here and
this whole episode could be Sabu.
It absolutely could. It absolutely could. I mean,
Did you know that he is the second Sabu?
I did not know that actually.
His uncle, the Sheik, was in love with the Sabu character from Jungle Book.
Mm.
And he wanted to name his child Sabu. And his wife told him, hell no. So they named their dog Sabu.
Ah, that's funny.
So he got the name Sabu from the dog.
I love that. I love that. What is your favorite Sabu match?
Favorite Sabu match?
Yeah, because we've already covered moment. Favorite, there's two Sabu moments that are the two best for me. It's the blackout. The blackout, Taz is in the ring pose, and then the leg drop to John Cena. Those are the two best Sabu moments.
You covered my two favorite Sabu matches so far.
What are they?
The Funk and the Sandman.
Yeah. How could they not be?
I'm going to have to go with the Funk one over the Sandman one.
Yeah.
As my favorite Sabu match.
Yeah. And like I was watching clips of it on YouTube Sunday, when the news broke that he passed away. It's just here's another thing too. He was younger than we are now in that barbed wire match.
Yeah.
Because he died at 60. That was 30 years ago, roughly, 28 years ago. So he was like a year or two younger than us now.
Doing that match.
Come on. It's
his last match was a barbed wire match. Like, what the hell, Sabu?
Yeah. Have you heard about what all Janela's been saying?
That he was forced drugs to compete through the match and he got knocked out. And then Sandman's music mysteriously woke him up.
And like now he's like backpedaling about that or something. And it's like, I'm over Joey Janela. Come on, dude. Like, yeah, let's
I'll be claiming witchcraft here soon, but
yeah, he might be claiming witchcraft. That was the reason that he ended up doing it. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a shame. It's just a shame. It sucks. It sucks. It
hurt.
This is up there as one of the wrestling deaths that really affected me. Brody Lee was a rough one. Terry Funk was the worst one. Terry Funk is the worst wrestling death. That's like, oh man,
Tracy Smothers for me.
I never knew Tracy, I didn't have that connection with him. And it's not, I didn't know Terry Funk and I didn't know fucking Brody Lee.
But you grew up with them basically.
But I grew up watching Funk. And then what affected me with Brody Lee so much is that I discovered him later in life, but I was such a fan of his and he was so underrated. But man, yeah, Sabu, it's like, growing old is watching your heroes die and it sucks.
Yes.
It's, Papa Wabash always told me that death is a part of life. It's just the ugly part of life. And that's very true. And I don't think that we're mourning, obviously, but I mean, it's like, we're here celebrating him, man. Cheers, Sabu. Thank you. Thank you.
Did you ever get to meet Sabu?
No, never did. Did you?
Yes.
Twice. Oh, where?
At that gathering working JCW.
I love that.
First time I met him, he's sitting on the back of a golf cart with his head down, sweating profusely, I might add you, in an all gray tracksuit.
Of course he was.
Smoking a cigarette.
That's awesome. That was the first time?
That was the first time.
So what's the second time?
The second time was just backstage in the locker room.
Okay.
He was always so nice and so humble to us, like newer kids in the backstage, like made sure we were okay, explained how everything worked, like asked if we needed help. He was always very polite to me, and when he didn't have to be. And every time he saw me, he'd be like, "Hey, there's that shit that stacks so high."
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, he's another one that, like, it's really making me be like, man, go out of your way to meet the heroes. You know what I mean? Because it's like they always say never meet your heroes, Dalton Davis. But every time I've met someone, not necessarily a hero, but that I've met someone that is like, that I'm like, it's always been nothing but awesome. Right. Like, you know, Mick Foley, I've met him at a signing. He's so great. And then to get out of the world of wrestling, you know, like the Dragon Ball voice actors, all but one that I've met have been incredible. And it's just so cool. Yeah, I go on a rant on one of the paid shows. I don't remember which one, about a Dragon Ball Z voice actor that was just a dick. It was just a dick. It was Krillin. I'll just come out and say it. Krillin's voice actor was an asshole to me. But that's not about him. This is about Sabu. Yeah, so my favorite, because I asked you, so now let's give it. I mean, my favorite Sabu match, I mean, how do you not say the Sandman ladder match? I mean, it's like I said, it's the perfect embodiment of what Sandman was and what Sabu was. And it was, let's just go out there and let's do some stuff. You know, Sandman, they did a tribute to him on Busted Open. I don't know if you saw it or not.
I have not seen it yet.
They had Sandman on there, and Sandman was like, going out there with him was just so great. He was my brother. I loved him. We didn't even need to call anything. We just knew. It was just like, man, Sandman's another one that, like, I gotta meet him. You know, it's one of those you realize you gotta get it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That being said, we're booking Sandman. Coming soon to MadBash Wrestling.
One day we might reveal something that we were cooking that never happened. But we will we'll figure that one out later, brother. But yeah, so that's cheers.
There's our paid show topic right there, brother.
Maybe. But yeah, Sabu, you're gonna be missed. One of the absolute best to ever do it. The legacy that he left behind is unmatched. One of the pioneers of wrestling that you see today. If there was no Sabu doing a triple jump moonsault, then you're not seeing all these plancha dives, the
Arabian face buster, baby.
Oh, the atomic Arabian face buster. Just all that stuff, man. All that stuff. But yeah, Sabu.
You know what I really hope, though?
The GOAT. What's up?
I hope there's no news that comes out that tarnishes his legacy.
I don't think, but yeah, that's a tough one.
I want to see him go in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
If certain causes were of his death, he's going to get blackballed from that.
Well, I hope not.
That's what I'm not praying for.
I just don't know what my kids are going to see when they Google China. Fucking Paul. But
like him.
All right, Madrox, that's going to do it for our tribute to Sabu. Real quick before we change topics here, give a shout out to the Jumping the Rail fam. I am going to be on Extreme Effin' Review this week. We're going to be doing a Sabu tribute, and Reb reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be a part of that, and I said absolutely. I will absolutely be Dickie Third Mike for that one, and that's going to be a fun little time too. We're just going to watch some Sabu matches and pay tribute to the GOAT.
Hell yeah, brother.
So
I'll be tuning in.
Yeah, but we have got some other business that we need to attend to. less somber note, more celebratory because it finally happened. But we will get into what it is after we hear a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling. We all love live entertainment, right? We all love live wrestling, right? Well, what if I told you that there is a place that combines the entertainment and the wrestling live that we all love? Look no further than Elite Pro Wrestling. Whether it's in person in Odin, Indiana, or Washington, Indiana, or if you check them out on YouTube, Elite Pro Wrestling guarantees a quality show that allows them to live up to the name Elite. If you're feeling generous, go ahead and check them out on Patreon as well. If you back them, you're going to get early access to all of their shows before they hit YouTube. Again, check out EliteProfessionalWrestling.com. This episode is brought to you by Venom Energy. Hey, we've all been there, and there's nothing wrong with admitting to it. Well, what I mean is that we've all hit that midday slump, and we all need a little push to get us through the rest of the day. Well, what better option to give you a pick-me-up than one of the wonderful flavors of Venom Energy? Venom is what gets MadBash through those long show days, and we know that it can do the same for you. I'm going to sweeten the pot a little bit for you, too. Yeah, come to our merch table when you see us at a show, and with the purchase of a MadBash Wrestling sticker or magnet, you get a Venom Energy drink on us. While supplies last, of course, so you better act quick. We'd like to thank Venom again for sponsoring this episode. Please consume responsibly. Not recommended for children under 18, pregnant or nursing women, or people sensitive to caffeine.
So a few weeks ago was the kickstart of the 2025 Spot Show Fantasy PLE Draft. And we drafted, brother. Boy, did we draft. For those of you that are uninitiated and don't know, from Backlash to WrestleMania, Michael Madrox and I have drafted teams of 12 wrestlers, and they will earn points based on their performances on PLEs. There were a couple rules that I actually forgot to mention when we did the draft. So the first one I forgot to mention was the injury clause. I think I mentioned it.
You mentioned it.
Well, the one that I did forget to mention is that on the supplemental draft. So when we get to SummerSlam, we'll be able to pick up 3 more people to round it out to 15. You can also drop someone at that time. It's the only time that you can drop outside of an
one
injury.
free drop.
You get 1 free drop after SummerSlam. So Backlash St. Louis. Before we get into the results, brother.
I don't know why you're so happy. This was the closest PLE draft point show we've ever had.
Let's get into a review of it. What did you think of the pay-per-view overall? Or of the PLE, excuse me. I need to learn the vernacular.
I like how they're giving people more time in the ring to do their matches. I could go with more matches during the PLE.
I don't know. I like the quality over quantity, man. I like the quality over quantity. I mean, even though that kind of does fuck us over.
I like that too, but every PLE now, 5 matches, like switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know. I really liked it. I thought the crowd was great. I thought it was just a good show overall. Match of the night was definitely, I really liked Cena and Orton. I think that was probably match of the night for me, in my opinion.
Mine too.
Brother, Dominic and Penta. What the fuck happened?
I have no idea.
The middle of that match, like Dom got lost. Like, and I don't know if
he got like hit too hard or what, but he just lights were on, no one was home.
Well, he botched that sling blade spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't turn for the sling blade. It just looked really bad. I got to put it on Penta, man, because I think Penta just works too fast.
You think so?
And I don't think Dom's really adjusted
He ain't used to that style.
No, he's really not.
Because you got to think about it. He was trained by Jay Lethal and Lance Storm.
Yeah.
And then he went straight to WWE, and he's not really worked a lot of luchadors.
No, not at all. Even though he is the greatest luchador of all time.
Yes.
I want to give it to Cena and Orton as match of the night, but I got to tell you, and you said you didn't get a chance to see it. Becky and Lyra, man, that match was so good.
The women been killing it, brother.
They have, and that's why I picked right. I fucking called it when I drafted my team. I called it. So let's get into it now, Madrox. Let's get into the points.
Break them down, brother.
Let's get into the points breakdown of Backlash St. Louis 2025. So, for those of you that do not know, on-screen appearance is 5 points. A match is 10 points. If you win the match, you get 5 points. If it's a title match, it's an additional 5 points. If it's the main event, it's 10 points. And if it's a title win or defense, it's another 10 points. So the most that you can win on the most points rather, let me rephrase that. The most points that someone can get on a show is 45 points. So here they are. Here's the points totals. Coming in with the victory at
hold on. Before you get the victory, let's run through the matches and do the points and see who was in the lead until the main event, okay?
Were you? Well, no, hang on. Fuck you, because you're trying to take my moment away from me. I won, okay? Let me have this. I got finally...
the screenshot. I even got the screenshot where you're like, fuck, you're beating me.
You were at one point. We actually did. We're going to get into that. We traded off a lot during this show. But yes, Team Dickie has finally won. And now I know that last time I won a few NXT events, but that was only by default because Madrox didn't have any. He didn't have any NXT people. So this was an actual victory, and hoo boy, did it feel good. Now,
it's your birthday. I let you win.
I am going to bring those texts up because I'm trying to pinpoint exactly like where it was, like, because it was back and forth there for a bit. Like,
I think it was up to the semi-main.
Yeah, you're right. So before Pat McAfee and oh no, hang on, here's even better. We at match number 1, I believe. Yeah, at match number 1, we were tied at 35. we wrote it. Like we wrote it, dude. Like it match number 5 put us both at 35 points. Or match 1 rather put us at 35 points. Because you had Jacob Fatu who won, and you were the only one.
Title defense. I should have got bonus points for that.
Yeah. No, you did. That's that's how you got 35.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So So you had Jacob Fatu, and then I had points because Drew McIntyre was in that match, and he came in with 20 points, and then I also had points because Randy Orton had appeared on screen at that point, and Becky Lynch had appeared on screen, and so had Lyra Valkyria. So that brought me to 35 points. So after match number 1, we were both tied at 35 points. And I was like, okay, so that's what this is going to be. Then right before the Gunther match, you were up 90 to 85. That's the only time that you had the lead all night.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. What really helped you was, so here's how this played out, and it was so funny, is I had a title match with both people in it, and then you had a title match with both people in it. And so we both got our our respective points from that. That was great. Yeah, so we each got our our 55 points total from that. So the final score was, of course, 155 to 110. Now, I had miscalculated and thought that it was 170 to 110, but I fixed it. Don't worry. I fixed it. I accidentally had points in Jey Uso because I was doing it on my phone. So the points were all
discombobulated,
all fudged up. So let's get into the breakdown of it right now. My top performer was, of course, John Cena, coming in with the maximum of 45 points. That's because he was on screen, match, win, title match, main event, and title defense.
So we're counting on-screen points for every individual time they pop up on screen this season?
No, God, no. No, it's only one.
Then you shouldn't have got that 35 points at the beginning.
Yes, I should have. Motherfucker, don't try to...
Did you count Randy Orton on screen for the main
event? Yes, I did.
Randy Orton. You counted him on screen in the beginning.
No, I did not. With the first time they appear on screen, that's as long as they appear on screen, that counts as an appearance on screen. For example,
so you didn't count that during the main event?
No. Let me have this, you piece of shit. Let me have this. You are overcomplicating this and you're trying to confuse me. You're messing with my mind.
I want to recount.
You're messing with my mind and it's not going to work, motherfucker.
Where's V? I want to recount.
Nope. You don't get one. You don't get a recount. Do not get a recount. Yeah. So my top performer was, of course, John Cena with 45 points. Your top performers were Jacob Fatu and Dominic Mysterio, who both came in with 35 points for you. Here are the point breakdowns as well. Your lowest performers were Gunther and Penta, both coming in with 20 points each. My lowest performer was Finn Balor with 5 points because he appeared on screen and that's it.
Yeah.
Then, of course, Lyra Valkyria netted me 35 points. Becky Lynch netted me 20. Randy Orton got me 30. And Drew McIntyre got me 20. So I had 6 of my... So half of my people were on this card, whereas you only had 4. So that's ultimately... And I think that that's what really made you steamroll me a lot last year was that you just overall had more people on the card than I did. So
I planned long term last year.
Brother, this worries me because what if I just front load this? What if I just front load this and then I get fucked in the back end?
I think you will.
I hope not. I told you and I told V, I said, the one thing that's really going to hurt me is John Cena, because not because of he's going to have limited dates. No. What's going to hurt me is that after December, I don't have him. So I'm not going to earn points for Rumble, Chamber, or Mania.
Nope.
And that's going to suck. That's going to suck big time. But I think...
Are we going to count Saturday night's main event as PLEs this year?
It's funny that you say that because that was actually my next topic of discussion. Do we include Saturday night's main event? And I know the reason that you want to include it.
I don't even know the card for it, brother.
Logan Paul and Jey Uso.
Oh.
Which I have Jey Uso. You have Logan Paul. I personally, I don't think we should.
I personally look at it this way. No one has cable television anymore, so it's a Peacock exclusive.
It's not, though.
So
but just no. You can't do generalizations, brother. You can't fucking do that. I really don't think that we should, because by definition, these are premium live events which, as we know, were originally pay-per-views. Saturday night's main event has not ever been a pay-per-view.
Why don't we leave it up to the fans to vote?
Let's hear it. If you guys think that we should include Saturday night's main event, sound off, let us know. I don't think that we should. Madrox thinks that we should. I don't know. In theory,
I don't care either way. It's what the fans want to hear.
No, you want it because you just want more opportunities because you're going to try to use it like I used NXT last year.
Brother, even if we don't use Saturday night's main event, I got all the crown jewels coming up in my favor.
Yeah, fair. So here's the other thing too. Our next event to look forward to is NXT. I'm already pretty much guaranteed points by Obafemi. You might be getting points because
NXT is getting a PLE.
Yeah, their next one. Yeah, it's in a couple of weeks. I think it's what is it called? I had it and then I fucking lost it. It's not Roadblock. It's NXT Battleground. That's what it is. NXT Battleground. Yes.
Oh, we got NXT Worlds Collide coming up too.
And NXT Worlds Collide is going to count as well. Like that, but that's not just NXT, like that's also going to be WWE. So here's what we got.
Is it? I thought it was NXT versus AAA.
It is. Okay, it's just NXT. Okay. I got confused because the WWE logo is on there. Maybe they'll include WWE people. Who knows? Can't say. It's hard to say.
Some appearances on screen.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, WWE Battleground, or sorry, NXT Battleground is the next event. So far, Obafemi is on the card, but there has not been anything said about Ricky Saints yet. So he's going against Miles Bourne, and then Stephanie Vaquer is defending against Jordan Grace. Then Joe Hendry is defending the TNA World Championship against Trick Williams. And then after that's Worlds Collide. And then after that is Money in the Bank. And that is June 7th.
Go before that, don't we?
No, hang on. I'm going to be on vacation during Money in the Bank. I'm not going to be able to keep points. So you're going to need to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to have to do that.
Who gave you a vacation?
Me, baby, me. Which that's what's going to suck because we're talking business right now. We're going to have to pre-record 2 podcasts because I'm not going to
vacation.
No, because 1 week I'm going to be gone, so I'm not going to be able to record. Anyway, it's beside the point. Anyways, you'll have to be the one to keep. Yeah, you'll have to be the one to keep track of points. Yes, for sure. You'll have to be the one to keep track of points on that one. But yeah. So no, your next Saudi event is Night of Champions, by the way. It's in Riyadh. So
which you're probably going to win since you have more champions than I do.
You know how it be, brother. Do I have more champions than you overall?
Yeah, I think I
have 4. Like one. I think I have like one more than you.
I think I got 4 and you got 5.
Yeah, because I've got Femi, Lyra, Cena, Jey Uso, Io. You've got Fatu, Dominic, Saints. 3. So you've got 3.
And Tiffy.
Hell yeah. And Tiffy. Sorry, I forgot that you had Tiffany Stratton. So yeah, brother, things are heating up, man. This is what. So let's peek behind the proverbial curtain again.
We just closed it.
I told you that what made the last one so shitty was that it was runaway victories. And it's not just because it was me losing. It would have been the other way, because at least if it's neck and neck, we got some competition.
We can talk some shit.
You know what I mean? Like, the only shit being talked is the fact that you fucking trounced me. Yeah, like it's just too one-sided. But I mean, at least this one is appearing that it is going to be a little bit less one-sided, and we will actually be able to make some good shit out of it. You would think that at this point I would remember, but I'm trying to look at what it was. Yeah, Bash at Berlin, you got 305 points, and I got 30 points. So,
That was a
yeah.
good PLE for me.
Yeah, it was. It was a good one for you, you motherfucker. Just rub it in.
I'm
Just
not
rub
rubbing
it
that
in.
for them. Still waiting on my championship title.
I mean, really?
You want to?
Oh, I took it down to the basement. Damn it. I was thinking about getting a trophy or something that we could each have.
Pass back and forth.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God.
Oh, your God?
I fucked up.
You fucked up?
I misappropriated the points.
Oh. So
A
what's that
tie-
mean, Dickie?
I still won. I put title wins and defenses as 10 points, not 15. So I still win, but now the total is 165 to 120. So because I got looking at the that Bash at Berlin graphic, and I was like, how the fuck did Gunther get 55 points for you? And I was like, there's another 5 points that I couldn't figure out in my head. And then I was like, oh, that's why. So yeah, I'm going to have to remake the graphic that I have scheduled to go up on Friday or Thursday. I mean, God damn it. See, this is why I would rather give the wrong amount of points than give the wrong people points, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So at least I caught it. I will admit fully I made a mistake. This is my bad. We will see how this goes in the future. So with that being said, how you feeling about it though, Madrox? I mean, you had your first loss
for the next PLE, man.
Yeah, for sure. In NXT was really a sleeper one last year for me. But now that you've actually got someone from NXT, this is going to be exciting. This is going to be exciting to see what Ricky Saints
spread
does.
My picks around the board. I knew I wanted to come in with one NXT person.
Yeah, I was going to go with 2. I almost got Trick Williams, but I decided not to. Maybe I should have instead of Roman Reigns.
I probably should have instead of Ricky Saints too, but
yeah, but yeah, man, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is the one thing that I hate how last year ended, but I'm glad that that we're able to bounce back with it this year and make it happen again. I am just a fucking moron, and I cannot believe that I fucked the points up. That is really embarrassing to me for some reason.
It's okay. It's just live and out there for the world to see, brother.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
On your birthday of all days.
On my birthday, yeah.
As you're celebrating your win.
So of course, Battleground is Sunday, Sunday, May 25th. Is that one. So we look forward to that. We look forward to I'm at least getting appearance and championship match points from Oba. So we'll see. But I don't like to preload points before an event because I feel like that is bad luck. That is bad luck. But
because your person could get injured before then.
Or just perform like shit.
Yes.
Or just perform like shit. But all right, brother, that's it. Again, the amended points, Team Wabash 150 or 165, Team Madrox 120. There were 5 points that were unaccounted for because I was an idiot and forgot that I lined it up wrong. But I actually have a proposition that I was going to propose to you, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to do it on Paid Show.
Sounds good.
And it's going to be a little bit of a wild card. going into this. So we'll see how this all plays out. But all right, guys, that's going to do it for this edition of the Spot Show podcast. For those of you that are on the Patreon, we are going to be rolling into paid show. This is going to be a good little paid show, I think. It's not going to be like a rant one or anything like that. It's just going to be a fun little discussion. Well, fun little discussion. It's always a good time on Paidski, brother. Always a good time on Paidski. Don't forget, you can use the code Dickie34.
Numerals.
34% off your first month over on Patreon. That does not include existing people, but there is upgrade discounts for those of you in the free or the $5 tier. So keep those in mind. You know what I mean? You can absolutely keep those in mind. So yeah, we're going to be rolling into paid show over on the Patreon. As I said, I have been Dickie Wabash. He has been Michael Madrox, and we will see you down the road on some form of content.